Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Speedrun The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX No Save and Quit. In this episode we'll be going over how to do Dungeon 3, and let's get started. So we enter the dungeon, buffer sword, or buffer feather, get our bracelet out. Remember that skips the dungeon text. And then we bring our sword back. And I like to jump and face up right as we do this. This room's a little tough, I'm just going to look at the room real quick. Our goal is to move right around here, jump and spin slash, hit this bomb, hit the slime, hit the stalfos all at the same time if possible. Sometimes it's not exactly possible. And then we'll go and kill this bomb individually. So and that room went kind of poorly, but it's very tough to get a good room out of that sometimes. So just some practice. That was terrible. That should never happen. You should be able to kill them every time. That bomb was very finicky, but that room will look something like that. Since we got 6 kills in our last split, 6 being the magic number. Oh yeah, I should go over this room too. You can see this room one more time. Make sure it's a good room, a good demonstration, good for demonstration purposes. Okay. So you want to buffer jump when we enter this room, get to right about there, swing your sword, and kill them. Since we killed 6 enemies in the last split, or last segment, and we see an acorn now, we want to kill 2 more extra enemies for piece of power. One way you can do that, I call these guys extra enemies, so we can kill our 2 there. Yeah. We're gonna do another super jump here. Looks exactly like that. If you need an extra enemy to kill, you can actually... I didn't even go over that type of super jump. Let me just clear this room real quick and we'll demonstrate it right here. So another way to do a super jump is to have your sword out, facing the opposite direction of the wall you want to super jump from, or facing in the direction that you want to super jump to. Clip into the wall, do the same thing. Clip into the wall, walk into the wall, jump, and then just hold the direction you want to super jump. This is actually a little bit easier to do than doing the whole like sword swing thing. I very rarely do it this way though, but that's that super jump. So I need to go over this. Looks like that. If you just needed 1 kill, or still need another kill, you can do the old school, the other super jump, and then that bat will die. So that bat died. Well, we don't want that though. Excuse me. Goes a little something like that. Don't kill that bat. So now our count's at 8. Whenever you kill slimes in this room, just jump over this one, because sometimes if your count's messed up, an acorn will spawn there, and if you have an acorn, a piece of power will not drop until you lose that acorn. So keep that in mind. So you want to walk into this room, spin, trigger these 2 guys, and then kill them. I like to face down here. Jump, jump, spin. Do not pick up that acorn. So this room is kind of a chore right here. So I like to face right when doing this room. Touch this wall, jump and up, jump up and spin. That's my method. It's pretty easy. But you have to be touching the wall, and you have to be facing right. If you're facing down, it doesn't work. If you're facing left, it doesn't work. If you're 1 pixel away, sometimes you'll miss. So sometimes you'll see people do something like this. Oh, I'm not very good at it. Something like that. I can't really demonstrate it because I never did it that way. I recommend my way the most. So facing right. I think I said left that entire time. Get that. So you want your piece of power to spawn in this room. So you're gonna pick it up, cancel it with your pause menu, then equip bombs. So that saves 2 seconds by doing it that way. If you get your piece of power earlier, you just cancel it the way you normally do, and you don't equip bombs. You equip bombs after this room. So go to the D3 mini boss, which a lot of people seem to have trouble with, but if you follow my methods, it works every time. So when you enter this room, you want to wall clip, buffer jump, jump again, lay a bomb in midair. Then after he kind of swallows it, lay another bomb. Then you can leave the room after killing one, and the room is cleared. So, buffer jump, lay a second one. 3 bombs kills him. This guy sometimes walks in the way of the first one, but he never walks in the way such that it ruins your run. Like that he'll just like stay there or something. You can always just wait a little bit longer than you feel would be normal, and you can always kill that first one every time. So last time we'll something like that. So he kind of walked. The other guy walked in the way, but we waited. There we go. Let's say if you have a really bad day. So this is kind of an alternate strat. This is a race strat. If you had a really bad bomb fight or Dodongo fight, you need extra bombs because you can't waste bombs in this route. Remember that. Do not waste bombs in this route wherever possible. There's extra bombs right here. Pick up this, jump, and that refills 10 bombs. That's if you have a really bad fight and you're like at 0 bombs or something. Because you do need to have a certain amount of bombs for this route. So just keep that in mind if you ever need it. So, I don't know why I fell down. We go there, killed the boss. Push this to the left, push this down. I like to equip sword and nothing, and then when I get my boots, it fills that spot. Boots have unique properties. You can move while charging them, but then after 30 frames of charging, you start dashing whatever direction you're facing. So you want to get used to dashing around corners. It's kind of a LADX thing. After you get the boots, you go to that warp. You use the boots to kill that guy, get the key, and you warp back. Dash around this corner. Get a running start. So we're already in dash speed. Put bombs and arrows. And then bomb that wall. Put our boots and feather on. Let's see where my last save state was. Okay, we'll make a better one next time. So I'm just gonna use speed up here. Sorry about the lazy save states, everyone. Okay. So when you dash, make sure that there are no enemies in your way, and then do a bomb arrow in mid dash, and then you'll just get through that room easily. So something like that, you can just shoot your bomb arrow immediately. But if a stalfos walks in the way, just make sure you whenever you dash and just dash by them, your sword will always be out in that case because you started out with your sword out. Just make sure you kill them and then shoot your bomb arrow and then go back to bombs and feather, or boots and feather, excuse me. So I kill that guy. Shoot a bomb, dash across this pit. For this room I like to walk to the left. Oops. I like to walk to the left, triggers that stalfos to move. Get the key. This is actually a bad example, let me do it properly. And you can get through that room without any damage. Walking left in that room is key because that first stalfos will see you and then start attacking. This room, you kind of just want to use your keys, dash around keys whenever possible, or dash around corners whenever possible. So remember the flock skip from earlier in when we entered Dungeon 2. We're gonna do the same thing here with the key block. So you're gonna get a wall clip, and this is the one. In this case, you always want to just buffer jump. You always want to jump to do this one. So you get a wall clip, jump, hold down left as soon as you touch the block in air. Excuse me, in air, and then just wiggle out. So, jump, down left, wiggle out. Alright. This room, there's 2 different ways to solve it. The traditional way looks something like this. The way I do it, you can dash under them. It saves a quarter second to do it that way. Someone will yell at me for doing that wrong. That's probably the more optimal way to do it, minus the bonk. Same thing here, you dash through here. I like to bonk because that feels a little bit more optimal. And we're going to go over falling down ladders in the side-scrolling sections. Ugh. So the way you do that is it's not quite a short tap, you have to push down, but it's not quite a short tap and it's not quite a long press. So if I tap too short, like I don't go nowhere, and if I push too long, well, that was actually a good length, I start climbing. So just for a couple frames, push down. Now we want our sword and boots. Dash to the left, dash down, dash to the left again. Dash to the left, enter this room, get a pause or a save menu. Oops, I still got the text. That's strange. Actually, I need to explain that. I don't know what's going on right here. So, cancel the text, or don't. And then you want to bonk on the wall, the south wall, twice in a row. Just hold B and hold down. That'll cause the boss to form or to drop. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing our sword in a very staggered way until I'm getting really strange. Until he looks like that, then you dash into him. Having piece of power kind of makes this fight a little complex because he's being a jerk right now, which doesn't really happen like that. And then you split him. Let me just demonstrate the full fight. It looks like this. Alright, so how that fight works, you split them, dash, swing your sword once, dash to the right, whoops, and then when that first one falls, you bonk into the wall, and then hold your sword out. Last time. That's the most optimal way to do this boss fight. You swing your sword, then hold it out and poke the last form. If you don't have piece of power, this does not apply. If you do not have piece of power, you split the bosses normally. That. Oh, actually, that's a perfect example to demonstrate something. So notice when I split, I only hit this guy. I only hit the left one, and I did not touch the right one. So the next time I damage the right one, he will not jump. So like this. Notice he didn't jump. But if I hit him now, they jump. So just keep that in mind whenever you're doing that. And having piece of power, sometimes the boss refuse to split, excuse me. Should not be using that. So if you do not have piece of power, just have your feather out. Try to hit both of them at the same time. Something like that. I'm really taking a long time to explain a simple boss. Sorry. So you split them, have your feather out, kinda hope they get close together, and then do something like that. That's if you don't have piece of power. If you do have piece of power, kind of do what I showed before, and then you want to end this dungeon with boots and sword, and that's it. Sorry it took so long on that boss, but I think I covered everything you need to know. In the next episode, we'll be going to Dungeon 4. We'll see Walrus Skip. I won't really explain Walrus Skip, and yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys next time.